Hey guys, it's me. Today we're gonna do an old-fashioned Target haul, but we're gonna do it try-on style. I got a whole big bag of goodies. I actually bought this like a week and a half ago. Okay, fine, maybe longer than that. And I'm really excited to actually like play with it. I played with a couple of things, but most of it I haven't even opened. There's some good new stuff. Let's get into it. We are going, this made me think of old school YouTube, like using these kinds of things to pull your hair back. And I was like, this is what we're doing today. I'm probably gonna hate it. We'll see, maybe I'll love it. It'll be my new thing. So while I'm getting everything out of the bag, I hope that you will subscribe, stick around, watch more of my YouTube videos. What else are you doing? Oh my gosh, so many good things. Let me pull these out so I'm not wrestling the bag all day. Doing the new makeup dance because I'm really excited about some of this stuff. Where do I want to start? So first of all, I bought this Honest Beauty Magic Organic Beauty Facial Oil. I guess this is not technically drugstore. It was being sold at Target, so give me a break, folks. Give me a break. I bought a couple of other Honest Beauty things recently. I'm kind of working on a video trying a bunch of these out, or at least giving my thoughts because I've tried the other ones out for a while. But this is what it looks like. It's like a frosted glass bottle. It's more yellow. Interesting. Let's read about it. So it says, this heroic, multitasking, and lightweight facial oil has multiple skin-saving skills. I was going to say benefits, designed to moisturize, nourish, and beautify. Pure seed and fruit oils rich in essential fatty acids, free radical fighting vitamin E. Its ingredients are USDA certified organic, and its magic is certified genius. Dermatologist tested. So the directions: use AM and PM, warm oil in palms, and gently press into clean face, neck, and décolleté. I like the simplicity of the Honest packaging. So I'm gonna put a couple of drops in my palm. Is that too much? I don't know. I love facial oils, so I'm gonna warm it in my palms, and then I'm just gonna press it into the skin. So I actually prefer, that might have been too much. I prefer starting my makeup routine with some kind of oil or essence. I just feel like it makes the skin look so naturally glowy. Obviously, I mean, when you first put it on, you're gonna be like, whoa, that's super glowy. It's not gonna stay that way. You're gonna put stuff on top of it. It's going to sink in. We'll see how it sinks in and how makeup wears on top of it. That's gonna be the true test. But like I said, I don't mind a good oil. Oh, I should show you before I get too far and while I let this sink in. I did buy this little makeup bag. It's the Sonia Kashuk triple train case. This caught my eye. The pattern was cute. It's not like my favorite. I was hoping they'd have it like in a plain black or something because I'm boring like that, but I still liked it. I loved that it had 3 separate pieces. My husband and I travel a lot, and this top part is pretty thin, but you can fit all of your brushes. And I actually like that this is not compartmentalized in here, because sometimes I've got brushes that have really fat handles and I can't fit them in the little compartments they've created. So I'm like, so I like that I can just stick them all in there, protect them, pull them all out, because usually like if we're in a hotel or an Airbnb, I stick all my brushes in a cup when I get there, just like a cup from the kitchen. I like that it's got a zipper pocket here. And then in the next one, it's just kind of a plain thin area. So I was like, oh, that's perfect for just a thin layer of makeup where you can see everything. You could choose to put like maybe powder products there, or maybe you want to put all of your thin things like mascaras, eyeliners, lip liners, lip glosses. And then the bottom portion is a bigger, thicker open area. Again, it's just open, but I love that. I think that is so genius. So I'll find a link for this below. I know some of you guys have tweeted me and sent me Instagram messages saying, hello phone, saying that this was on clearance at your Target, but I think it's still regular price online. So just keep your eyes peeled. You never know. And I know they have at least one other pattern. I want to say it's a darker pattern. So the next thing we're going to put on, I've not tried this. This is the NYX This Is Everything Lip Oil. I don't know if this is meant to be like something you wear out, or if it's just kind of like a lip treatment. It really doesn't give you any info. So it looks like it might have like a light pink tint to it. Okay, not really. I don't think it has a smell, which is nice. I mean, you don't always need a smell, especially in something if you are using it more as like a treatment. And I've really been into the other lip oil from Mimi Box that I've talked about. Yeah, just a really thin oil. The first ingredient in this is mineral oil. I know that, who's that dermatologist? Dr. Dre says she uses mineral oil, just plain mineral oil, to remove her makeups. And that interested me because I thought I'd heard that there's some drama with mineral oil and like people don't like you. I don't know. But she said she uses straight mineral oil to remove her makeup, and I thought that was so interesting. So, boy, it's like super oily. I mean, not oil. I mean, of course it's oily. What am I even talking? It's comfortable. My lips feel like a baby's butt. I'm digging this. I like that the packaging is like that light pink kind of metallic look to it. It's just really pretty. It's one of those things that I feel like it would look pretty in your vanity or pretty in your purse. And I know that's shallow, but okay, so here's what they say. They have a few different colors. There's like a blue, a like lavender, a bright pink. It says, lavish your lips with the lip oil, a decadent formula, drizzles your pout with the perfect amount of shine, has a unique blend of oils, almond, rosehip oil, jojoba oil, features a lively vanilla cherry blossom scent. I do not smell a scent at all. Okay, I just got it there. It's pretty light, actually very light, but again, it feels really good. I'll have to report back. You guys know I like to do haul updates. I'm actually gonna be working on one very, very soon for a haul a while back. So I do update you guys on how I feel about these. So just stay tuned. So next up, let's see, what else did I get that I'm going to use? Okay, I got the Sonia Kashuk makeup remover. No, makeup blender. Is this not the prettiest thing? I remember seeing this a while ago, but I never really heard from anyone like if it was any good, you know? So we are going to wet this bad boy and we're gonna apply one of my favorite foundations on top of it that I just bought a new one of. So it says it's got two surfaces that allow for flexible application and blending of concealers, highlighters, contours, and foundations. This got huge. This got way bigger than it was. That is awesome. It's still kind of dense feeling, not the worst thing. My favorite is the L'Oreal one, you guys know, but I do know that when I first get that, like the first 3 or 4 times I wet it and use it, I feel like it's not quite as good as where it gets after like 5 uses. So I'm not gonna completely judge this yet, but I love that it got really big. So I don't have a primer, but honestly, I'm okay with that because what I'm putting, oh no, this one's kind of glowy too. Let me put on maybe a little bit of a pore filling primer real fast. I'm just tossing on the No Problem primer. I've been enjoying this. I just kind of rub it between my hands and kind of slide it onto my nose region, a little bit there, a little bit in my T-zone, a little bit on my chin. I mean, this is not like a crazy mattifying pore filling primer, but it's like kind of weirdly moisturizing for something that kind of helps with your pores. And I kind of like that. If you have drier skin and you haven't loved a lot of pore filling, you might actually enjoy this. It's just an interesting formula. So we are gonna try this on half my face, and then I have something else to try on the other half, a Sonia Kashuk brush that we're gonna talk about. So I'm excited. Oh, I didn't finish reading about this. So it was giving directions about like the shapes. It says use the pointed tip for targeted concealing and coverage in hard to reach areas, flat bottom to buff in product, buff it in like this for a smooth, seamless finish. Okay. Is that what they mean, right? I mean, that's how you would take the word buff, yeah? So it says wet the blender to prevent excess absorption, allow for more sheer coverage. It says you can apply product to face and neck in a sweeping or a patting motion. Okay, so the foundation I'm gonna be using is my beloved No. 7 Lift and Luminate. This used to be in a different bottle. This is the same bottle as the No. 7 Stay Perfect foundation, which I also love. That one's more mattifying, full coverage kind of a foundation. This one's a lot more exactly what I like. More hydrating, more illuminating without being shimmery at all. So I got the shade Cool Ivory. I have never found a shade match of theirs. I like this. It's a little dark for me, but I like it because it's a lot more neutral tone, almost gray. And I know that sounds weird, but it just works so much better on my skin than most other foundations I own that are very yellow. I just bought some products for like helping yellow foundations look more neutral. So I'm gonna be trying those out. So y'all think I just should be buffing it in like this? This is weird. I don't think I've ever used a sponge in this manner. I feel like it just didn't apply. I mean, I guess it's, do you know what I'm saying? Let me kind of pat some in. Yeah, I think I like the patting motion a little bit better, and you can start to see the actual foundation. That's just me. So I like patting it a little bit more, actually. You get a little bit more of a flawless coverage. This is covering some serious surface area. Let's do my forehead. I feel like it is soaking up a lot of product though. So if you were using like a real expensive foundation, you might be mad. Because I feel like I've used a ton of squirts. Do you see what I mean though? This foundation really does have a luminous quality. Now, of course, I've got this oil underneath it. And it's really not sinking in as fast as I'm like used to. And you know what I mean? Again, I don't mind the look, but I know like some of you guys use oil. You're expecting that oil to kind of dry down before you put the foundation on, and most of them do, you know, not completely, but a lot more so than this one does. So it's just kind of something to note. Okay, so this foundation is not quite as neutral as I remember it. And even the way I swatched it, I think it's maybe oxidizing a little bit. Y'all see that? Doesn't it look yellow? But I feel like the swatch itself looks very gray. I don't know, guys. Okay, so verdict on this, I actually liked it. It was very fast, but I don't like the buffing motion. I definitely prefer the padding. We'll use this part for some concealer here in just a bit, because I'm curious to see if that can get in there. This gets huge, but that is kind of, you know, you can really turn it and get in there. And what I like about it is it holds its shape. So even when I was buffing, it's not like gliding around. It's really kind of holding its shape, which is very surprising. So the brush, I bought a bunch of these brushes. I'm so excited about it. These are from Sonia Kashuk. You can buy the brand at Target. And by the way, if you have a red card, I have a red card and you get like free shipping on Target. You don't even have to spend like a minimum amount. You just always have free shipping. So if you wanted to buy the brushes online, you totally could. This is the flat top foundation brush. I know that she has like 2 lines, and I think the ones with the black bottoms are more expensive. I don't know why. I mean, they all felt really soft and nice to me. So like this flat top one is crazy soft. So I'm gonna use this on this side of my face to blend in the foundation. We're gonna see how it works. One thing I have grown to really like is pushing foundation in with these flat top kinds of foundation brushes instead of buffing it in like that. I just feel like, again, it's a little bit more of a flawless coverage. So we're gonna do that. I'm just gonna get some on my brush here, and I'm just gonna start kind of tapping it into the skin. A little bit onto the forehead and this side of the nose. Getting all my little baby hairs growing back after having a baby. It doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would though. I thought it would like I know my sister, when her baby hairs started growing back in, it drove her crazy, but it doesn't really bother me. But I think it's because I don't pull my hair back a lot. And I don't know, like they don't stick up. Mine, I don't know. My hair is heavy. So yeah, again, not a perfect shade match, and it's so yellow. Girl, you're never gonna find the perfect foundation, just give up. I'm waiting for those mixers to come in the mail so I can play with them, because this is one that I'm gonna have to mix. Number 7, y'all need to get way more shades, please. This, I think, actually applied really nicely. That was really easy. This was really soft. I feel like if you have not found a foundation brush you really like, you might really like this one. This was very comparable to a bunch of other ones I use that are this shape. Like I have the Sedona Lace FB07. I might like this one a little bit more. It's a little bit denser, the Sonia Kashuk one. This is nice. That was fast. You guys watch it, and I feel like that was very flawless and really easy to use, and it was comfortable to use. It doesn't hurt the skin. This I'm gonna say is gonna quickly move up the ranks of my favorite foundation brushes. I was just really intrigued by, this is the Rimmel Insta Duo Contour Stick. I have the shade Light, and it says contour and highlight your cheekbones, nose, and cupid's bow with this fabulous duo. It does have a slight shimmer to it. It's pretty though, and it's pretty creamy. And then the contour side is a very orange bronzer, but interesting that they're calling it a contour stick when it's definitely more of a bronzer shade, because as we all know, a true contour is like a shadow. It's more like gray. But that's okay. I mean, I'm down for the thing, but the labeling of it is, in my opinion, confusing. So we will definitely utilize that, but I guess I need a concealer, so I'll BRB. I've been getting really into this Neutrogena Hydra Boost Hydrating Concealer. I just get a little bit on my finger, and then I just tap it where I really need it. Especially when I'm in a hurry, which is most days. It's so quick. Obviously you could just wipe it right on if you wanted or dip a brush into it, but I just like to use my finger. It's a really thin, very, very creamy stick. It's one of those things that if you just felt it, you wouldn't necessarily know that the concealer was in stick form because it's really easy to blend in. It's really soft and creamy, but it'll still stay in place. So I feel like it does a good job of kind of hiding my under eyes as much as I need them. I might add a little bit there. You see how creamy that is? And it's just kind of brightening. So I'm gonna use this new brush from Sonia Kashuk. It's their flat top concealer. And I'm just gonna kind of use that to, again, kind of tap in that concealer. Whoa, that blended in really fast. Again, this is made seemingly from the same kind of synthetic hairs as the foundation one. Really, really soft. You can get really targeted work with this. I mean, not super targeted, but I mean, it really is about the perfect size for concealer. If you needed to kind of blend it in up there as well, you can fit it. Now I'm gonna wanna buy all the freaking brushes, and some of them are cheaper, some of them more expensive, but they're not, it's not like they're all $2, you know what I mean? If you wanted to buy a bunch of them, because they have a lot, it's gonna add up really fast, but I'm so far really impressed. And this would be good for getting right in that nose if you need to get like foundation or concealer in there. Gosh, that's nice. Again, and so these are both from the same like gold line. Am I being boring in this video? I feel like I'm like really low energy. I was kind of in a wonky mood. I'm PMSing right now. You know, let's contour with this. So I actually have another contour product, a powder I'm gonna be using. So how are we gonna do this? I don't know. Let's just kind of bronze with this, and then maybe I'll use the contour powder just there. So why don't I use this up here? That's typically what I will do with a cream bronzer. And I'm actually gonna go in with this sponge because I forgot I was gonna use that for concealer and I didn't. And I'm just gonna kind of blend it back towards my hairline. I'm using more of a sweeping motion. And now I'm kind of pressing it in. That's not bad. Again, that's really not bad. I'm pretty impressed. This is creamier. Like I actually liked, a lot of people didn't like it. I liked it. The like hula or do the hula like little bronzer stick thing that Benefit came out with. I actually liked that. This Rimmel one is creamier. Now it's definitely an orangey bronze. Like I feel like in person it's like, ooh. But well, actually no, it blends out kind of nicely. Again, this is gonna be one of those things that it's gonna look a little more seamless because it is so creamy, and I think it's easy to blend out, but if you kept going, you would completely blend it away. Do you know what I'm saying? So this might be one of those things that if you want a really natural like look where it doesn't look like powdery and it looks a little more effortless, this would be great for that because it does blend in so quickly and easily, a lot quicker than a lot of other products I use. Like I feel like my beloved Charlotte Tilbury contour stick, that's like crazy expensive. That one takes slightly longer to blend out, but it stays in place really well. It just takes a little more work. This is very quick. But again, if you keep blending, it's going to blend away. So I don't know, did it completely blend away though? Like am I just like, oh yeah, it looks so flawless, but actually it's just gone? Maybe. I think you really do have to be careful. But again, on those days that I'm in a hurry, I could totally see myself using this to kind of look slightly bronzed. Let's use the highlight stick just because I'm so curious. I'm just gonna kind of focus it in those regions that I would typically highlight. And I've lately been kind of going around my cheekbone there too. And I'm gonna use the other end of this and just kind of press that in. Make sure there's no like harsh lines. But again, I don't want to blend it away. I think this is going to be one of those things that it's going to end up looking very natural. Like you didn't really try. I am digging this sponge though. It's got so much surface area to work with. It's crazy. I can't decide if that's from the oil today. Again, like I said, my haul update will help because it's like a science experiment. It's like we're doing a science experiment all wrong because there are so many variables. Like literally everything is a variable. But I'm digging the way it looks though. I'm not mad at it. So again, I'll keep playing with it, but like I said, this is gonna be one of those things I could see myself keeping in the bathroom where I get ready when I'm in a hurry, because I can just go blend it, blend it. I could put on, honestly, the bronzer side and the highlight side all at the same time and then just grab a sponge to blend it all, and I feel like it would look really pretty. Let's try this natural contour powder from Pixi. I feel like I used to own this. I do. Like way back in the day when Pixi maybe wasn't quite as well known. It was still sold at Target, but this is a really deep contour. And somebody swatched it. Oh well. But actually, before I do that, I did want to powder some of my face, including that area, because I don't want this to get stuck, because I'm pretty sure this is a super pigmented powder. I bought this old so-and-so, the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I haven't owned this in a while, not that long, but it's been a while. And this is the shade Natural, number 3. I used to buy the translucent, then I used to buy Sandstorm. I went with Natural today. This is one of those kind of no-nonsense, making sure I don't have a powder brush to use from the haul. This is one of those no-nonsense powders. It definitely gets rid of shine. Whoa. It definitely sets the makeup, but it's nothing crazy. It's not gonna add like coverage. I'm even gonna put a little on top of that highlight because that oil really was like coming out to play. So you can see what I mean. Like, it definitely helped mattify my nose and up here, but you can still see a little life coming through, which is exactly what I like. So this is one of those powders. It's been a cult favorite for so many people for years. It was like the first powder I ever tried that I used like in middle school and high school, like forever. So the smell of it has not changed a bit, and I also kind of love it for that. This used to have like a dark brown bottom. Now it's like a beige one. I bought this. This is gonna be a mistake. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Another Sonia Kashuk brush I bought is one that I have tried now. It's their wide angled contour, and it is really the perfect shape for contour. Now, what I was taught, a true contour really is not gonna go farther than like the end of your eyebrow, like right there, like down. It's just gonna be that big. That's it. Of course, this was a stage makeup class, and anyway. So we're gonna truly do it that way, because I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a crazy pigmented grayish contour. And this brush I used with another bronzer and some other stuff, and it really, it's really densely packed, and it applies that product really well. So I'm gonna actually take this and tap off a bit, and I'm literally gonna place it on. Let's see if I got the right amount. So, oh my gosh, I'm gonna literally wipe it off because I don't want any more powder, and I'm gonna kind of use this. It's a little bit thick, but it kind of makes it look seamless, right? It's actually pretty nice. That's like punchy though, punchier than I usually go, but I'm not mad at it either. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. This powder is no joke. Oh my gosh. It almost is too thick, like width-wise. You know what I mean? Like, it's taking that down really, really low. So that's something to be aware of. Or maybe I need to place it way higher. I guess I could, because really I don't have like super high cheekbones, so I might as well raise them. Okay, that's too much. That's too much. So let me see if I can kind of buff. Let me take that foundation brush and kind of buff some of that in, because that's a little too much for my taste. Yeah, that's looking better. So, moral of the story is light hand with this contour powder. But if you've been looking for a slightly more affordable, true, kind of more grayish contour, this is a great one. It really is, especially if you have more of a medium skin tone. I think this is, it's no joke. But this is great, but like I said, it really packs a punch. I think this is one of those things that I might apply with maybe a lighter brush, like a stippling brush, just because I feel like I could have a little bit more control because it's smaller. But if you're doing a less punchy one, I think this would be fine for contour. I've also used it for bronzer up here, and it really is nice. So I need to put some blush on, and I actually bought a new Sonia Kashuk blush brush. It's the angled blush. It feels really soft. It really doesn't look like anything special, to be quite candid. And it's a similar shape to my favorite blush brush, which I can link my recent video of all of the brushes I love down below where I explain all of them that you've seen me use. But it's not quite as wide, and I actually really like it wide. So we're gonna see if I even really like this. Let me grab a blush. So I grabbed my Milani Romantic Rose blush. I love this. This is a really pigmented blush as well, so I'm gonna be careful with it. But the brush didn't seem to hold on to too much, so. You can certainly, because it is smaller, you can be pretty precise, which is nice. And again, I like to just kind of press the blush in because you can really focus it. Ooh, too much. Oh, I wanted to use the Stay Matte to set my under eye because I don't know that I've done that in a very long time. And I was kind of curious as to how that would work because I'm so used to using other powders for that purpose, but why not use this one? It's a setting powder after all. There's definitely a fragrance to this Stay Matte powder for sure. Like I said, it's the same one it's always been, but it's definitely there. There is a new eyeshadow palette I wanted to give a try from Rimmel. Actually, I have two. I have their Spice that I already had. I think they sent to me. And then I bought this nude one because I was curious about how this looks. It looks very much like a neutral, kind of smoky-ish shadow palette too. It had a mix of shimmers, a mix of mattes. None of the shimmers look crazy punchy. They're kind of more satiny shimmers. And none of the mattes are super dark. There's like the darkest shade is this dark brown. It's got little specks of glitter in it. Oh, wow. But it's like, okay. So let me throw an eye primer on and we will dive into this palette. I'm just tossing on the Essence I Love Color eyeshadow base. I'm gonna use this concealer brush actually to pat in this primer. So for my brows, I'm just using the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in Soft Brown. It is my absolute favorite. All right, so for eyeshadow, I'm gonna take this kind of light, almost white shade that I think is slightly matte, and I'm gonna put that on my brow bone. Whoa, whoa. That's way more than I thought. I was gonna put this all over. I mean, I still can, but that's like way punchier than, that's, come on, Rimmel. So I'm going to use, I think, this kind of rose goldy shade on my lid here. These are pigmented. I'm like, I don't know why I'm that surprised. I've tried plenty of great drugstore palettes. That's not what I mean. I just mean that, I don't know, you ever have some palettes that you see and there's something about the packaging of it that makes you think it's not gonna be great. And so when it is, you're like, oh. But then there are those other palettes that you're like, wow, the packaging is so luxe, like this is gonna be amazing, and then it's not. Pretty impressed. So I'm gonna take this kind of lightish, medium, kind of cool toned brown, and just kind of blend that into the crease a bit with the fluffier brush. It's interesting that I'm doing a slightly cooler look with this kind of orange top I have on. This is from Madison and Mallory, by the way. I bought a bunch of sweaters I was talking about on Instagram the other day. And that is, if you watch 11th Gorgeous, like I do every day, well, every day that they upload, it's their online boutique. So I'll link the website below. No, not a referral link. I just really like it. That blended pretty well. Like really well. I'm gonna take this like grayish blue on the end, and we're gonna put that on the outer corner. I thought that blue would look pretty with this, again, kind of orangish top. Whoa. This is punchier than I was expecting. It's not like crazy blue, you know, like some palettes, it's like, okay, how do I even work with this? It's so much. This one's not that crazy, but it's definitely packing more of a punch than maybe you would expect just from looking at this. Some other drugstore palettes I really like are what else? Well, the Milani ones you guys know I like, and the cheapest way to get those Milani like gold palettes is on Walmart. They're like 15 bucks on Walmart.com and at Walmart, but on Milani's website and at other stores they're 20. So that's something to be aware of. I know that a lot of you guys have saved the money that way. And then I also really enjoy some of the CoverGirl palettes. The rainbow one they have, I don't know what it's called. That one is way more pigmented than you would expect. I said that weird. And if you're like me and you really don't wear color a lot, but you want to have the option in your collection, that's the way to go, because you don't have to spend a ton of money. If you know you don't need a super high-end version of it, you know, then that's, in my opinion, the way to go. So there's that. And then I also really liked their Chocoholic one. And what was the other one I liked? I liked the peach one. It wasn't my favorite, but I liked the peach one. Is it the roses one? Okay, so there's definitely some fallout from those darker colors, which again, a lot of shadows have that. And if you're really worried about it, do your eye makeup first, then your face makeup. I just always kind of get by wiping it off, and then, you know, you can take a sponge or foundation brush and kind of deal with the area if you want. That's what I do. So just for funsies, so that I can be very thorough, I've used a lot of these. I've used 1, 2, 3, 4. I swatched that one, so 5. Okay, that's not that many. I'm gonna take this like lighter shade, the second one in, and just tap it on my lid to see. Yeah, that one's punchy too. And again, these are the kinds of things that you could wet the brush and get this one even more if you wanted it to be even more kind of luminous and obvious. I spent the entire beginning half of my day calling doctors because we have new insurance. Don't get me started on self-employed insurance. So we have insurance through the marketplace, and I spent a million years finding new doctors for everyone. Like, we needed a new pediatrician for Gigi. We needed a new primary care physician for both of us. He needs a rheumatologist. I need a dermatologist. I needed a OBGYN. Like, it's just been a crazy day of calling so many doctors' offices to get appointments. And pretty soon my eyes just felt crossed and it put me in a bad mood, like I mentioned. So this is putting me in a better mood, so thank you guys. As I'm looking at this look, I feel like the things blend pretty well, but a lot of it blended away. Y'all see that? Like, I feel like a lot of the brown I used is just gone. So I don't feel like this is a superbly high quality palette. I just don't. I'm still gonna mess around with their Spice palette and perhaps do like a, I would love to do more brand reviews. That's kind of another goal of mine this year. And Rimmel's definitely on my list. So I'm kind of slowly but surely buying some more of their stuff. I've tried so much of the brand, but it's been a while. So some of it I'm rebuying to try again, make sure it hasn't changed since the last time I used it. Kind of working on a best and worst. I did the same thing for CoverGirl very recently. Since they recently went cruelty-free, I did a huge video talking about all of their best products, all of their worst, what you should avoid. I will link that below because it took a lot of time and effort, but I was really excited to have done that and really have tried the products. So I want to put these to the test even more, but it's kind of sad. Like, if someone clicked out of the video already because they got bored with me, sorry, but thanks for those that stayed. If someone clicked out, they would have assumed I would have loved this, and I kind of thought I was, but now that I look at it, I just feel like it's kind of like, meh. Like, the blue kind of stayed. Do y'all see what I mean? I don't know. I think maybe I don't love this palette. That's kind of sad. I wouldn't run out and buy it. I wouldn't go buy this again if I were me buying it again, which would not be me because I wouldn't buy it again. Okay, I did buy a new eyeliner that I was excited to try, also from Rimmel. It's their Wonder Wing eyeliner. It says it's got a stamp applicator for perfect wings. We're gonna see about this. If this works, that would be incredible. I have never bit the bullet and bought the vamp stamp, but I totally want to because I'm like, that looks like exactly what I would use. I would use it. I always do some kind of a mini wing, well, most days. So it says it's a lightweight ink-like formula that delivers rich pigments for deep black makeup impact. Wing-shaped stamp gives perfect symmetrical flicks on both sides. Well, if you get the angle right. Flexible felt tip allows you to reach each corner. It has both? Which is it? I am nervous. It says last all day and night. Ooh, I like that it's black with gold. I think that's really pretty. So, that's pretty black. There's a little bit to fill in there. There's a little bit to fill in there just by pressing it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Ooh. Jess, you're gonna have to be careful. This feels like a rose art crayon. So I am just going to, what if I try the other side? No, that doesn't work. It's gotta be the flat side. All right, we're just gonna do it. Well, So I could see you definitely have to be looking down to do it. And I tried stretching it out and that doesn't help. You know what I mean? So now I just need to kind of color it in. Oh gosh. I can hear you judging me pulling on my eye. Let it go. It's just what I do. It's black, but it's the kind of black, look, this is the perfect indicator. It's the kind of black that's almost grayish, especially if you're trying to just do the stamp, and so it kind of bleeds out. Okay, let's try the other side. That was better. Probably because my placement was better. And again, this is one of those tools that if you never used it, like I've never used something like this, it's gonna take practice. I've gotten awfully good at like, with a regular liner or a liquid liner doing a kind of smaller wing because I've done it for so long. So like if I had this for a long time and used it every day, I would probably get pretty good at this kind of thing. But I also like mine to be a little bit thicker. The vamp stamp is definitely a slightly different shape though from what I've seen online than this. This is a little bit smaller and it's just like a, I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just like a straight up rounded, elongated triangle, whereas the vamp stamp, I feel like it's the same thing, but I think it's literally longer. So you can start from farther in and it goes a little farther out, you know. But I don't think this is terrible. If you were really wanting to try something like the vamp stamp, but you don't want to, is it even that expensive? I don't know. But you don't want to order it from a separate site. That's why I haven't ordered it yet. I know that's terrible. Maybe give this a try, see if you even like this kind of a thing. And then if you do, then it might be worth it. This, in my opinion, is not great, but like I said, I could see there being a use for this for you if you kind of meet the conditions I was just talking about. So other than that, like, I don't know, it's okay. It's okay. But I'm not buying it again. So let me throw some mascara on. I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise and then I'll pop back on and I've got some lip products to try. All right, so I have a few lip products to try. The first one I picked up was the NYX Powder Puff lip product and I got it in the shade Group Love. So this is a red shade for sure, which is not necessarily gonna go with my outfit, but I'm gonna put it on anyway. It says pucker up and swipe on that just kissed flush of color. Featuring a soft cushion applicator, this lightweight lippie goes on moussey and sets to a powdery soft finish. Weird. Maybe let me try, they're both reds and they're both, well, we'll just see. So it's definitely got a spongy kind of applicator and you just squeeze it. Nervous. There it comes. Ooh, it comes out like frosting. This is making me hungry for frosting. Doesn't that look like frosting? Okay, what red frosting am I eating? I know, but you know what I mean, like that kind of consistency. Yum. Okay. I'm gonna do this without lip liner. Wish me luck. It's so soft. It's so moussey. Oh boy, this is I've squeezed out way too much. I feel like I have to keep. I'm zooming y'all onto my lips so you can see. So you can see. This is pretty cool. I feel like it's so smooth. Like, and I have very lined lips, I feel like, and this is incredibly smooth. Now, it's already starting to dry to this powder, and I already have it on my teeth. But I could see how it would start to feel drying over time. Like right now it feels like kind of weird and like it's, like I said, starting to turn to powder. But I could see how I would grow to really hate this over time. But this is a pretty color. It's definitely like, as it's drying, you can feel it. And it's already starting to feel dry, so I don't know. But I can't get over the like consistency of this. It's the weirdest thing. It's doing a nice job like staying in, but it still wipes off. This is like defying science. All right, so the other lip product I bought is from Rimmel, and it's their Stay Satin Liquid Lip Color. It's in the shade Reticle. Makes me think of Jellicle Cats. I really don't like this eyeshadow. So, swatching it, it's just a standard kind of more moussey liquid lip, but it's definitely thinner than the other stuff, at least at first. I like the really flat paddle I like that for this kind of thing. Let's see. It has kind of a, it smells like pencils. Rimmel, you coming out with lip products that smell like pencils on purpose, or? It's a little bit more, it's not quite as drying, and I don't think, yeah, this doesn't dry down. It's more of a satin. This might be my cup of tea because it's feeling moisturizing on the lips. But boy, I mean, that packs a punch, and it's a thinner layer, which is nice because there's less to kind of mess up as you talk and drink coffee and stuff. So if it's not going to completely dry down, that tells me I'm going to have to reapply this probably from time to time. I don't mind that, but I like that, especially with reds, because you guys know I love red lipstick. I feel like I need to know that it's at least going to stay in place. I don't mind reapplying, even if it's just a bullet lipstick, which is really my favorite kind of lip product other than gloss. But I don't mind reapplying it as long as it's not going to be sliding all over my face, and this is not going to be budging. I'm digging, girl. So all in all, lots of good products, some duds. Let me tell you what my top few are so far. Obviously, this is the first impressions for a lot of this. Like I said, I will do an update in a few months after I've tried these for longer. And I'm also gonna work on like a Rimmel brand overview, best and worst, like I did for CoverGirl. So my favorites of the new stuff I bought, because obviously you guys know I like this foundation. And in the end, I think it looks okay when it's all said and done, but it definitely dried a little bit more yellow than I would have guessed. Weird. But I'm really enjoying the Sonia Kashuk thing. I think, let me say this, it doesn't perform the way a beauty blender does. If you are like a diehard only beauty blender lover, I don't know if you'll like this or not. I like the beauty blender, but I also like the L'Oreal one, and I also like the flower. I'm a little bit more open, and like you guys know, the L'Oreal one's my favorite anyway. I like it better than the beauty blender. I liked this. It applied it just fine. Like, I don't have an issue with this, and I have certainly tried a lot of makeup sponges I did not like, that didn't get as big, that weren't as easy to use, and this one was one that I do. I feel like I can be discerning with them. It's not that I like all of them, but anyway, I don't know that I'm making any sense. I liked this. I'm definitely going to use it more, and again, I'll update you on it. But I think it's fun that it's the marble. Obviously, it's super dirty now, but whatever. I really like all of these Sonia Kashuk brushes. I don't think that you need to spend the extra money to get I think the black line is the one that's more expensive. I don't think you need to spend the money. If you can find the same brush in her gold line, guys, they feel the same. They're all really soft. I had 2 from the gold line, 2 from the black. They all 4 felt equally nice. Like none of them, it's not like obvious that, oh, this one's definitely cheaper. No. I don't even think necessarily that the black ones are heavier. The main difference is that it has this really pretty like gold SK on the bottom, but who really cares, right? You know, and I actually think the gold is really pretty. So don't let that sway you. Like, don't feel like you have to buy the nicer line. I was impressed with both versions. So I really, really like those. I'm probably gonna buy more from the line. Another one I really liked was the NYX lip oil. I'm excited to use this. I could see me using this as just like when I'm getting ready in the morning, toss it on as I'm doing the rest of my makeup, just because it is moisturizing. It's sitting on there and kind of working its magic for the 30 minutes that I'm getting ready. And then if I want to put a lip product on, I can. If not, I might put a little bit more of this on and go about my day, you know. So I really like that, and the packaging is cute too, so bonus. Another product I was totally surprised I like, and honestly wasn't sure that I would, is this Rimmel Stay Satin lip product. It's still, like I said, it definitely dries-ish, but it stays kind of sticky, and I like that. It reminds me of the Maybelline Super Stay inks. I really like those. I have the red one that I kept, again, because I like products like this. They stay in place, but they're not as drying, but you definitely want to reapply throughout the day. So this is about as close as I'll go to a completely matte liquid lip, because I do think they're slightly more comfortable. So the biggest studs for me after I finish using it, the Rimmel, I hope you guys see what I mean. I feel like there's just better out there. There's just better out there. And you guys know how I felt about the kind of Wonder Wing eyeliner. It's okay. So other than that, the rest of them are somewhere in the middle, or they were ones I had already owned, I've already loved before, so I didn't feel like I needed to mention again here at the end. Oh, really quickly, that Rimmel Duo Contour Stick, I think it's nice, and like I said, this is gonna be one of those things I use when I'm getting ready quickly, but it's never gonna be a holy grail for me. I hope this was fun for you. Like I said, I'll do an update soon. I hope that you will subscribe and catch more of my makeup videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.